Hello all my brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. 2017 has finally come to a close. It's time for me to reveal my top 3 picks for my favorite backpacking gear I've used out on the trail. Another year of backpacking has come to a close. It's time for me to reveal my top 3 picks on my favorite backpacking gear I've used over the year. I'm going to put links down in the description below. You can check them out, see if they might be right for you. They may work for some, may not work for others. I'm just putting it out there for you. Of all my backpacking gear, probably the most versatile piece of gear I've used this year, without a doubt, hands down, would have to be my Barcalounger. This thing has so many uses. It makes a great camp chair, good way to lay down by the campfire, set your gear on so it doesn't get wet or muddy. I like to use this in my hammock because I use a 3/4 length quilt so I can have an insulative barrier for my feet so my feet stay nice and warm. The Barcalounger comes in at just 6 ounces. It consists of an 1/8 inch thick Gossamer Gear closed cell foam mat. On the outside it has tie-back wrapped on it and stitched across the top to help make it a little more durable, give it a little more insulative properties, as well as it makes it a lot easier to clean up as well. I've put some little pieces of Gorilla Tape on it because the mat itself is very durable, but the tie-back, if it's near a campfire, can get little holes burned in it from flying embers, so you definitely have to be careful with that. This bad boy is 20 inches wide by 54 inches long. You can pick up the Gossamer Gear mat for about $18 online. I'll put the link down below. My friend Jack's Drinkwater made this for me, and he did a video on how to make one of these for your very own. I will also link that video down in the description. You can check it out. The next piece of gear I want to show you is the Winnie Pro. In my opinion, this is probably one of my favorite alcohol stoves I've ever owned. Rather than having to put a tray underneath it to prime it, it has fiberglass string that's been glued to the outside, so you just spray a little bit of alcohol in there and light that, and it'll wick up the sides and prime your stove for you. It makes it a lot faster, saves fuel as well. Probably my favorite part about it is it has a very tight burn pattern rather than spread out, wasting fuel. So in that regard, they've really designed this thing to be fuel efficient. The stove by itself comes in at $13.95, so just under 14 bucks. And if you get the wrap, they want an extra like 15, 16 bucks. But if you just buy some fiberglass string, you can glue it on yourself and probably find it cheaper that way. The stove with the wrap comes in at about 3/4 of an ounce. So very lightweight, very strong. On the website they say it can hold up to 200 pounds of force. So you really have to be doing something wrong to break this. So the Winnie Pro will hold about approximately 1 ounce of alcohol in it. Very fuel efficient. Really like this stove. So now we're down to my final favorite piece of gear that I used in 2017 on my backpacking trips. That would have to be my Cello Headlamp. Now this thing is not very well known in the hiking community. I did a lot of research on headlamps, and I've been using this one for the past year. And for the price and what it does, I'd have to put it way up there with some of the higher end flashlights. This thing is amazing. It has 168 lumens. It's an IPX6 waterproofing. IPX6 water rating basically means that it's waterproof for 30 minutes in 1 meter of water. It has a 360-foot throw, weighs with 3 AAA batteries, 3 1/8 ounce. The best part is you can get this thing on Amazon for $14.99. It comes with high, mid, and low beam. It has flashing SOS, and it also has a solid red beam and a flashing red beam. And it's 2 different buttons for your white light and your red light. Usually I'm hiking on the mid beam, and it has excellent battery life. If you run it on high, of course it's going to run down a lot faster, but usually the way I use it is mostly around camp. I just turn it on long enough to find what I need and then turn it off. On low, it gets about 30 hours of run time. I'm surprised more people don't know about this company, but in my opinion, it's worth every penny. So like I told you earlier, I will put links down in the description to each of these items. So you can check them out for yourself, see if they're right for you. I would highly recommend each of these items I've had plenty of dirt time with them, and I just love them. I hope everybody had a happy new year. Getting ready to head down to HangCon 2018. Should be a fun trip. So if you're going, I'll see you there. I'd like to thank you all for stopping by. This is Adam with The Weekend Hiker saying take care, God bless, and I'll see you all down the trail.